Aloha. We are the Kapalakiko students of the Kapalakiko Ukulele Group, and we have classes in San Jose, San Francisco, El Cerrito, and Sacramento. In the San Jose classes, we have every Thursday night from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock. We have two classes, our basic class and intermediate class, at the Hoover Theater in Studio A. So if you're interested, please come to our website and see more about us at www.kapalakiko.org. Thank you. This first song that we sang is the basic song that all students learn in our classes, and it's called Puamana, and it's about a homestead. Our next song is going to be Sophisticated Hula. This is a traditional hula done by the children of Hawaii. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hands on your hips, do your hula dips. Sophisticated hula is the talk of the town. Da-da-da-da. Swing your partner round, soon you'll cover ground. Sophisticated hula is the talk of the town. The native hula maidens, they love to dance. They do the dancing to the beating of drums. But now sophisticated hula's your chance. So start your dancing while the melody runs. Ho! Dance to the music sweet, then you will repeat. Sophisticated hula is the talk of the town. Sophisticated hula maidens, they love to dance. Ay-ah, they do the dancing to the beating of drums. But now sophisticated hula's your chance. So start your dancing while the melody runs. Oh, dance to the music, sweet doo-wah. Then you will repeat doo-wah. Sophisticated hula is the talk of the town. Oh yeah, sophisticated hula is the talk of the town. Oh yeah.
Okay, the next song we're going to do is what we call a Hapahali song, and that means it's a Hawaiian song with American lyrics. This song is called Soft Green Seas. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Soft green seas, a mass of lace, flaming trees and lazy days, fragrant nights of song and flowers, melting lights and dream-filled hours, smiles and glances, steel guitars, hula dances, laughter stars, and then to haunt this soul of mine, someone left behind. Let me tell you about the soft green sea, a mass of lace, flaming trees and lazy days, fragrant nights of song and flowers, melting lights and dream-filled hours, smiles and glances, steel guitars, hula dances, laughter stars, and then to haunt this soul of mine, someone left behind, and then to haunt this soul of mine, someone left behind.
That was Soft Green Seas. The next song is another one of our basic songs that we learn in our ukulele class, and it is about a homestead on the island of Maui, and it's called Waikoloa. Okay, right. Key A. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ai, Waikoloa, ho'okipa malini, humehana nui ke aloha, ika leo o ka makamaka. Ai, Waikoloa, ho'okipa
Because it's very close to Romanian.
Yes.
What is etiquette? What are the do's and don'ts at a holiday party? And should I tell someone at dinner that there's some food wedged in their teeth? We're going to find the answers to these questions in tonight's Random Access. My name is Christiana State, and tonight I'm pleased to introduce Rosalinda Randall, an etiquette consultant. Hello, and welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you very much.
So I went to the website, your website, and I realized that the way you treat etiquette is like an attitude. It's not just manners, but it's attitude.
Yes.
Why do you treat it that way?
Well, I believe that etiquette really are the rules that guide us, and learning where the fork is and which fork to use. Anybody can look that up these days, on the computer. But beyond that, the example that I give is if we're having dinner and I'm being gracious and patient and listening and taking my turn when we speak, not overpowering anyone. If I pick up the wrong fork, you're not going to notice because of the rapport and my attitude towards you. And that's where I focus etiquette on. I mean, I teach everything from, the finger bowl and things like that. But I really think etiquette comes from your presence, how you reveal yourself to the world. And that means a smile, sitting up, just your posture. If I were to come in here and sit like this and talk to you, that would indicate that I'm bored or a little too comfortable taking too much liberty too soon. So that's what I believe is more important.
Is it something that you learned throughout your life and get better and better at it as you get older?
Someone asked me, or several people asked me, why etiquette? And it really was an extension of how I was raised. My parents, just courtesy, respect, and consideration. Those were a standard and demonstrated by my mother and father every day. So to me, it is very common sense and second nature to be kind and be aware of others. Mm-hmm. So just learning the other little steps, where the forks go.
Great. Now let's talk about the holiday parties. Of course, there are so many of them in December and November, and every year we have to go to them. What are some of the do's and what are some of the don'ts at the holiday parties?
Well, off the top of my head, definite don'ts. For example, if the invitation on your client invites you to their party or your office party, don't bring a guest if it wasn't included on the invitation. Some people tend to do that. Just, there's plenty of food, let me bring someone. Another thing is, don't wear your clubbing clothes to an office party. An office party is really an extension of your job. You may think that it's time to let loose, but you don't know who the person is who makes the decision on promotions. See how you behave. You've just lost a promotion.
What about drinking?
Drinking, they say limit it to 2.
Really?
At the most, all night. Even though it's free, pouring all night, you really should limit it to 2.
What if other people are drinking a lot?
Oh, that's a good question. If you are familiar with them, a coworker, it might be wise to take them, to take another person so that you have backup and guide them to a corner and tell them, and maybe it's time to go.
Okay. So speaking about drinking, we have a glass here.
Yes.
And it looks like a champagne glass. What is the correct way to hold a champagne glass, and which hand shall we use?
Well, first of all, I have to say it's very sad that it's empty. But to hold a champagne glass or any glass that has a stem, you really hold it at the bottom of the stem. And I might add pinkies. A lot of people tend to do that. It is now considered pretentious to extend your pinky. If it's rounded and not exaggerated, that's okay. Two of the main reasons that you hold it here is your beverage you'll warm the beverage, and as well as fingerprints. Even if you've cleaned your hands, we have natural oils, and that is aesthetically unpleasing, when someone looks at it, even if holding it up. So those are a couple of the reasons. And always hold it in your left hand so that you're prepared to shake hands. Even if you hold it here, your hand will be moist and cold, and that's unpleasant.
Got it. Okay. What about the olive? Okay, so we all have eaten olives at dinners.
Yes.
And we've placed the olive in our mouths, and now we want to take the pit out. Shall we use our fingers? Shall we use the spoon? Shall we use the napkin?
A lot of people right away tend to get the napkin and do this and dispose of it in there. That's too obvious. If there isn't anything, a little plate that you would do, usually they say, as the same with cherry pits, cup your hand and just dispose of them there and put it on the side of your plate.
Okay.
That's the easiest way.
What if you have two plates, like the main plate and the butter plate?
Oh, now if we're dining, if we were
Yes.
standing
Yeah.
up, then I would remove it with 2 fingers. And that's how you remove anything that you have a gristle that you need to remove. There are 2 methods that etiquette experts disagree on. One is taking your left hand, again, just very quickly, when we disengage. I want to wait till you look down to cut whatever it is, take them and dispose of it and put on the end of the plate. Others say, because it's a natural movement, take the fork up to your mouth, push the unwanted morsel onto the fork and bring it down.
Got it. Okay.
So those are 2 options.
All right. So let's say you're dining with someone that you don't know that well and you don't know how they're going to react if you were to tell them they have something wedged in their teeth. So what shall you do in that situation?
Well, everyone wants to know that, whether it's something hanging out of your teeth, your nose, or a tag that's hanging out of your clothes. I think the best thing to do is tell a person. If you're sitting with someone, whether you know them well or not, you lean in. Discretion is the most important thing. So you just lean in. And if they're across the table, you want to make sure that maybe you just have eye contact. And it's really the universal sign. If I went like this to you, or like this, you'd probably understand.
So tap on the mouth.
Yeah,
a little
just
bit.
a little,
Okay.
Something like that. Just, little gesture. Usually people know. But I would lean in and say, you have something between your teeth.
Okay, that sounds great. What if someone does that to you? What do you do then?
I'd say, thank you. And then I'd excuse myself and go remove it. I wouldn't start, people tend to do that.
So
or
you
find
wouldn't
the
do it
toothpick.
at the table?
No, I wouldn't do it at the
Okay.
table. No.
All right, so you excuse
Excuse
yourself and do it in the bathroom.
Any grooming, you leave the table and handle.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's a very good tip. Very
Yes.
good. How about networking events? What are some do's and don'ts there?
Well, if you don't mind, there was a time, maybe a couple of months ago, and most networking events do offer little refreshments and tidbits. And this woman came up to me, and of course you do the, what do you do? What do you do? And when she found out what I did, she goes, oh my gosh, people need that so much. As she was putting food in her mouth with her right hand, and had her mouth open so I could see the chewed up. Yes, I'm sorry, I won't go on. You get the drift. And as she was speaking, because she was so enthusiastic about this, I felt a little wet morsel land on my lip.
Oh no.
Yes,
Oh.
it's very disgusting, but that happened. And I thought, okay, what would an etiquette expert do? And, I don't want to make a fuss and go, ew, shut your mouth or do anything like that. So when she looked away, I just quickly, took it off my lip and then just went on with the conversation. There's nothing much you can do. But so anyway, going on with networking events, what is your purpose? That's what I asked someone, because someone else said, well, how do I hold my glass and my food and I want to shake hands? What is your purpose of attending a networking event? So do one at a time. If you're hungry, I say hold the plate with your right hand. If it's finger food, use your left hand. Again, keeping the right hand as fresh and clean as possible for handshaking. And then when you're through with that, then hold the beverage in your left. So those are a couple of things that I say. And also you need to look approachable. And I know it's very difficult for some people starting out.
That is a very difficult thing. How do
Yes.
you look approachable? How do you become magnetic all of a sudden at a gathering, right? You have to turn on
Yes.
at a gathering.
Yes. And if you don't have that, I say practice in the mirror. Practice going with someone. That might help you. They can help introduce you. Ask someone for help. And, most people are very willing to help. But some of the things that you can do is just stand up straight. Gentlemen, don't have your hands in your pockets. Don't do this, which is a very popular pose right now. You see it everywhere.
That's a dominant, aggressive pose,
Yes, and
right?
it's supposed to, I also indicate confidence. I think if you put a smile on your face and do this, but really it's a closed position, and then I'm not approachable to shake hands because my
right.
hands are tucked away.
That's
so those are just a couple of things that I can think of for networking.
How about dating etiquette? Let's say it's your first date.
Yes.
What shall you do?
Well, if you want a second date, I would recommend being as polite as you can. Saying the please and thank yous. And most women, I've done a very informal poll, want the gentleman to pull out their chair and do those nice and open the door. And gentlemen, I want to say, because some gentlemen have said, I've opened the door for a woman and she turns around and said, I can get it myself, or, what are you doing? As a gentleman or as just a polite person would say, well, I'm sorry, and then don't do it again. Because some women don't want that. So that's what I would say. But dating, say you had a nice time, even if it didn't turn out well, just say, I wish you well at the end. And don't make promises that you aren't going to keep. Don't say, I'll call you or text you when you're not going to.
So be realistic, be honest, and be yourself.
Yes.
Those are very good lessons to learn. Thank you so much for your time today. I learned a lot today, and I hope our viewers learned a lot as well. Where should our viewers find you if they want to learn more information?
Oh, well, thank you. It's the name of my company is Your Relationship Edge, so www.yourrelationship.com. And I'm here in the Bay Area, and thank you very much for this opportunity. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, me too. Thank you, and goodbye. This is great. Oh, so here's our unicycling pumpkin. Hello.
Hello.
Part of our commitment here at our show is to introduce new local talent. I am pleased to introduce Vivian Lee, our unicyclist extraordinaire.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Good.
So tell me, how did you get into unicycling?
I watched a YouTube video. It's called Inappropriate Unicycling. And there are these two boys in the UK, and they're just unicycling where they shouldn't be, like the grocery store, the shopping mall, and the car wash. They would go through the car wash with their unicycle.
With a unicycle in the car wash?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So that was pretty interesting. So I figured I would try giving it a try. And
then did you actually look at videos to learn how to unicycle, or did you try it by yourself?
I watched a couple videos just for reference, and then there was a lot of trial and error. So because I just figured I would have a better time learning, just hands-on. So I just went onto the unicycle, went to the hallways of my dormitory, because the hallways are like the perfect width. So I'll be sitting on the unicycle and have...
Oh, and you can touch the walls.
Yeah.
So that way you don't fall and injure yourself. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good way to
So
do it.
the first week, hours and hours of just strenuous, dedicated practicing, and then I just got it within a week. And I've been unicycling for 3 months today now.
Wow. So what kept you being involved still with a unicycle? What does it give you?
Well, at first, I just thought it would be fun. I didn't really think much else, just a way of transportation. And then after the first week, I noticed I actually got more toned. I noticed my core and my thighs and my calves. It really worked. It really gives you a workout. And,
Much more than a bicycle? Well, there's more balance than a bicycle,
Yeah,
obviously.
so you work on the balance and just a lot of coordination. So I improved a lot in that. I mean, my balance wasn't that great to begin with. So when I started unicycling, that improved. My endurance improved. Just like a lot of physical activity involved helped.
Wow. So what are some of the memorable things that people tell you when they see unicycling?
Well, I usually unicycle around campus, and I've had positive and negative comments and
Which
reactions.
campus do you?
I go to San Jose State University.
Okay. All right.
So there's some where the girls will be like, oh, that's really cool, that's really inspiring, how do you do it, can I try? Well, actually the guys are, oh, can I try? But the girls just kind of watch, and they don't really come to me and they want to try it. But the guys will try it, and they'll be like, oh, my balls, and then they'll need to like situate themselves. But I give them a try, and then they have fun with it. Some guys actually came up to me and asked where I got it, because they were interested in actually trying unicycling and getting into it as well.
Are you the only one on campus unicycling?
The only female, as far as I know. I've seen a couple guys unicycle, but I've never met them personally.
Okay.
So
I see. Well, show us how you get on.
Okay, sure. Well, since
by the way, I see that you have a little basket. What do you use that for?
Yes, I went to Target, and I figured I should just fancy up my unicycle a little bit. So then I got a bell, and it came with stickers. So there's a flame sticker, and then I got the other sticker and put it on the flower, which is a skull.
Great. And then do you actually put food there, or what do you put there?
Sometimes I put food. If I go to the grocery store, I'll put like an apple or just lightweight things. If I don't want to carry a backpack, then I'll just put it in the basket.
All right, well, why don't you show us how you get on and off and sort of what tricks you have?
Okay.
I'll let you do it.
Thank you. So since I'm right foot dominant, I'll put my right foot onto the pedal, and then I put a lot of weight on the right pedal, and then I just kind of bring myself up to the front where my center of gravity, and then the momentum will bring me forward, and I'll be going. So. So that's how you go. And then dismounting, there are a couple ways on how to dismount. The videos I've seen, they recommend that you dismount and then you go backward. But I just kind of hop off because that's just how I ended up practicing, and I just got used to it. So I would just unicycle and just hop off. So some people think I'm falling, or like, oh, she was on the unicycle and now she's not. But that's just how I unicycle, and I've been doing it since. So that's another example of hopping off. So I guess I'll just be unicycling.